So when you're working on projects and you really have student-driven lessons, it can be scary because you don't feel like you're in control, but you really are. If you are planning the right way ahead of time, you are scaffolding every single aspect of that lesson and what the students are doing. You may say to yourself, it's way too much, there's too much to do. But that hard work in the beginning allows it to be completely student-driven, and they know that this is their education and that I'm here to support them. I'm not here to tell them what they need to know.
What else can we use the lake for besides drinking and fishing? I want you to think about more uses for a lake. Keep thinking. Think about the lakes in our community. What kinds of things do we use our lakes for?
So it's not about just giving kids a worksheet that the teacher has created to complete. It's about introducing the topic in a way that will build curiosity. It's about being able to provide opportunities for kids to inquire and ask questions around it. It's about providing opportunities for kids to work together to find their own answers to the questions that are posed, or perhaps generate more questions.
Just think for a minute and reflect on this idea. What is working well for your group?
Teachers need to be very conscious of building in opportunities for reflection, because that's the thing that's very easy to forget. Whether it's setting aside the last 3 minutes, whether there are benchmarks, and when you finish a particular part of the project, you stop and you reflect on what you've learned so far. Some teachers use a class whiteboard, and as things are learned, she stops the class and said, let's all gather around for a minute, let's talk about the things we've learned, let's reflect on this learning so far.
And then the next step would be to really be able to engage in discussion with their peers to gauge what was the thinking from their partner or their group members, and how does that now shape my thinking.
We're really proud to hear how well you're working together.
So we have learning targets for every day. Sometimes the students write them, sometimes I write them. And I like to have them track themselves on that learning target, either throughout the lesson or throughout the week if it's a longer learning target. So having them do it themselves gives them that pride in their own education and makes them more engaged in what you're doing. They don't feel like, oh, okay, Miss Eller doesn't think I'm learning anything. I know that I'm learning something because I'm the one tracking my own learning.
I definitely believe that in comparison to a traditional model, a PBL model allows for relevant, rigorous, and responsive teaching and learning that happens each and every day.